You will see one of the oldest county fairs in the nation, and it's just 2 hours from Manhattan. In Central Park, people are having fun on a carousel that's celebrating a birthday. On Long Island, you will meet some kids who have very little time for relaxation this summer. And on Fighting Back, Marie Torre shows you what one New Yorker had to go through to fight a parking ticket. On this week's program, we're going to see how some people are spending their summer days. Some are having fun, others are working, and there's another group that's going to school. Let's start here at the Orange County Fair in Middletown, New York. County fairs are part of our heritage. They've been going on for years as a way for friends and neighbors to get together, to trade ideas, to taste each other's food, play games, and have fun. It's not much different from what it used to be, except that now things are bigger, gaudier, and more expensive. I'm gonna miss it. Probably the most remarkable thing about this fair, with its cow wash, animals of all shapes and sizes, is the fact that it's just 2 hours from urbane Manhattan and less than 100 miles from the rubble of the South Bronx. It's another world.
Florida Everglades, and is the largest alligator alive in the world today.
Don't think it's all fun. The local Lions Club is here trying to raise money for charity. And there's the 4-H Club, the Grange, and the Future Farmers of America. When you talk about fruits and vegetables around here, it's serious business. How is the crop and how is it going to affect the prices of apples in the supermarket this coming year?
Well, right now, crop looks very good. And unless we get any real bad weather or hailstorm, it probably will have a real good crop for the area for this year. And with a good crop, the price should be relatively stable. In other words, about the same as last year, I would think.
It's no problem for apples?
No, no problem for apples.
Okay.
Everything will be late, though. It's most of our things are about a month late because of the weather this year.
Well, it's 85 degrees now, but if you're thinking ahead to winter, how about something chic and warm? A day to give cold weather more than a passing thought. This was Children's Day at the fair.
We're gonna go on the salt and pepper shaker. There's this thing that you can win a big panther, and we're gonna see if we can win that.
What game is that?
We don't know.
What do you think your chances are of winning a big panther?
10 to nothing.
Well, what do you like about it? What, the rides, games?
The excitement. It's a lot of fun. I just come down here, you know, I go on most of the rides.
Most of the rides?
Yeah.
The scariest ones?
Yeah, the scary ones, not the little ones.
Where'd you win this?
Down there.
Down there? Where's down there?
It was just, you had to throw the softball into the milk thing. I don't know.
I did that earlier. I couldn't get one.
Yeah.
And look over there. Come and tell us. And you got this prize?
Yeah.
How many softballs did you have to get in for?
One.
How many of the games have you played around here today?
Not many. About 3 or 4.
Would you say you usually lose more than you win?
Yeah.
I'm really here for her. Like,
you're here for her?
Yeah, I'm bringing her.
You're going to take her on the ride?
She doesn't like them.
I don't think she would.
The little one she likes.
Yeah.
It costs a lot of money, though.
like this one are a lot of fun for most people. But for the people who run the amusement rides, the refreshment stands, and the games, it's big business.
Last year, the fair lost almost $40,000. This time, everyone is hoping to turn that around.
Hi, how do you think business is going today?
Well, it's going along fair.
Just fair?
Yeah, just fair today.
Disappointed?
Of course, no, I'm not disappointed. The openings always opens about the same way every year.
Slow.
It opens up slow.
And
as it progresses, it gets better.
I think this is one of the busiest rides today.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you think so? What's so good about this ride?
I don't know. It's just seems like the kids, even the grown-ups, are picking this more than the other rides.
Well, we have a lot of winners, even the children.
You have a lot of winners.
A lot of winners.
That's for sure.
Well, we put the children on the counter, you know, if they're very little, and they shoot from here, and they generally get them in if they shoot straight.
How many chances do they get?
Well, for 50 cents, we give them 2 chances,
And what
because
do
they're
they win?
youngsters. Well, our first prize is a rag doll.
A rag doll?
Which is a good size, you know, it's not cheap. And then if they get another one in, they get a larger prize.
It's easy to spend a good deal of money in a place like this. Maybe that's why the local newspaper, the Middletown Times Record Herald, ran an editorial on the fair's opening day warning against games and rides that could be rip-offs.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You don't give me nothing so darn stingy. I don't say cheap, but stingy. Hey, come here.
This is the 138th time there's been an Orange County Fair, and after spending a full day here, I can tell you it's fun, noisy, and very hard on the feet. But most importantly, it's a slice of Americana that fits perfectly into the summer of '78.
This is Marie Torre. Comes a time when a stand must be taken. For Bee Holland, the time had come when she received a parking ticket by a West 84th Street school. A resident of the area, she parked her car early one Wednesday morning, aware the regular school term was over and that it was okay to park her car there. When she returned, she found a parking ticket. Determined to challenge the summons, Bee Holland appeared at the Parking Violations Bureau at 475 Park Avenue.
Well, when you park near a school, dear, you're supposed to look to see whether there are signs there.
There's no sign on the sign.
I understand what you're saying to me, but that's why I'm suggesting that you go back to the school. If they fail to put up the sign, let them give you something indicating so, and then come back and have your hearing.
Our camera accompanied Bee Holland to the school and the 20th Police Precinct to find out what a person experiences when she challenges a parking ticket.
Yeah. Did you have those signs up on July 13th, which was a Wednesday? That's when I got the ticket. Did you have any signs up on Wednesday?
Wednesday morning we put it on.
Wednesday morning? At what time did you put it on?
About 7 o'clock. What time? About 6. My man is coming at 6 o'clock.
And I got my ticket because it was parked at 7:03. Now, I did not know the night before. I parked my car the night before. There was no sign of any sign to tell me that I couldn't park the next day.
So the custodian admitted he had posted the no stopping, no standing signs after Bee Holland had parked. We then proceeded to the 20th Police Precinct, as told by Parking Violations, though we did not know why. Neither did the police, apparently.
All you have to do is either go to the school principal or plead not guilty.
Well, I went there. They told me to come back here.
Yeah, well, they don't have the power to void the summons.
I'm not looking. I want to know why I got this summons. I mean, it's not fair. The custodian told us that he put up the sign Wednesday morning. That's when I got this ticket.
So get a letter from him and go right down to AAB and have it corrected.
Well, they told me to go to the school and come here.
He said he put up the sign?
That's right.
Under whose jurisdiction? What authority has he got?
I know.
That's Department of Traffic.
Well, apparently he was told to put up the sign.
Well, go right down to principal and have them give you a letter with their letterhead, and then take it down to the AAB and show the referee.
Is that all I have to do?
Absolutely, that's all.
Back to the school for a letter from the principal. But there is no principal at the school in summer, we were told. An assistant principal? He refused to see us. Back to the police station. Where do we go from here, then? What is the alternative? We've been on this thing since 9 o'clock this morning.
It's a legitimate summons. Now, I cannot void the summons. It's a legitimate summons served in violation of the sign. Now, you would have to go to Park and Violations Bureau and plead your case with Park and Violations Bureau.
They sent us here and the school this morning. We were there.
There's nothing I can do. This is a legitimate summons. I cannot void the summons.
I don't want you to void the summons. I want you to help me with the school. Try to get some kind of a note from the school. They will not do it without possibly your sanction.
And all we want you to do is at least, I mean, say to the school, look, I mean, this is a citizen who perhaps to whom an injustice has been done. In order for us to properly execute this thing, I mean, do what you have to do. Just give us a statement as to when those signs were put up. That's all we want.
I cannot force them to give you any statement.
Force them, but could you just talk to them? Two cooperative officers said they would speak to the assistant principal about seeing us.
Oh, I don't know what the custodian told you. The signs have been up from the 10th at 7 o'clock in the morning when I was here. And the signs are still up here.
We quoted the custodian, but to no avail. And now, the custodian wouldn't see us. Reached on the phone finally, the custodian denied having said what we had on film, that he had posted the parking signs after B. Holland had parked. By now, weary and frustrated, we decided to drop the matter for the day since it was close to 3 o'clock and the bureau closes at 3. 2 mornings later, armed with an audio tape of the custodian's admission, we went back to parking violations for a hearing. The hearing, including the time we had to wait for 2 other cases to be heard before us, took about half an hour. It's taken about 6 or 7 hours to challenge this ticket over a 2-day period, but the verdict, not guilty. Mayor Koch was invited to view this film before airtime to see for himself the frustration and aggravation to which we are subjected when we challenge a parking ticket, and maybe do something about it. The mayor declined. Too bad. He doesn't know what a person goes through on a parking violation appeal. He may never know while mayor. When a chauffeur drives you around, you don't get parking tickets. I'm Marie Torre.
Well, that's quite a story, and it's something I wouldn't want to spend part of my summer doing. Now, another thing I don't think I'd relish is going to summer school. But sometimes, some people have to hit the books instead of the beach. Last June, officials of the Hemstead School District laid down the law. There would be no more promotion of students just for the sake of getting ahead. No longer would they tolerate turning out students who cannot read properly or understand simple mathematics. So 1,127 pupils, 19% of the student body from kindergarten through the 8th grade, were held back. Usually the figure is only 3% for a school district of this size. 625 children are being offered free remedial classes in reading and math. The others were advised to seek help from private tutors or counseling services. Student performance in this district has been far below par. 48% of the 6th graders in Hemstead, for example, are found to need remedial help in reading. This compares with an average of 16% of all of Nassau County. So the kids who have been warned throughout the year are now part of an intense 6-week course that could help them pass standardized tests and push them into the next grade. When we visited the Hemstead Middle School, the kids were buried in their books, with regular teachers and their assistants offering individual instruction. What would you be doing right now if you didn't have to be in summer school?
Be home watching TV, or probably be outside playing something, ride my bike, doing something.
How did you first feel when you heard about having to go to summer school?
I felt bad.
Really bad, right?
Yeah, at first I didn't want to go.
How do you feel about that now? You glad?
Yeah. Well, I know you have to get your grades up and everything. And
so you're learning a lot now?
Yeah.
Holding pupils back until they achieve their grade levels is at the core of the educational philosophy here. It's a no-nonsense attitude on the part of the teachers that apparently has rubbed off on the kids. When class ended, I talked with John Gray, the teacher in the remedial math section. This is about the midway point in the summer session. How do you think the pupils are doing?
Well, in terms of the students, I really think most of them doing exceptionally well.
Are you surprised at that?
Not really, because well, most of the students do not want to be left back anyway, and they really looking at the tests as being, I would say, the motivating factor behind the whole thing. They're really working hard, and they think they're going to pass.
Do you think most of them will pass the test?
Well, I would like to think in terms of the progress that they're making, not just, it's obvious some of the students are not going to just pass the test, but we would like to take a look at the whole picture.
So along the way, though, they'll still be learning.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what's really most important.
Right, exactly. The progress that they have made, we're going to look at it in those terms.
In addition to the remedial programs, the pupils are taught study habits and the proper way to prepare for an exam. All this will come in very handy when they are retested in mid-August to see how much they have learned in the Hemstead Summer School. I asked Dr. Clarence Pope, the principal of the summer school, whether this might help spark a trend toward more learning in the summer months.
Many schools have indicated to this district that they are watching, and it has come out that they are interested in seeing what the results will be from this kind of thing. I think it's just the idea of trying to bring them up to where we feel they should be and let them realize, too, you know, a sort of an image type thing, too, and a sort of letting youngsters concentrate and not be so lackadaisical about applying themselves in school, and letting the parents be accountable and the students accountable and the staff and everyone working collectively to bring us about, to change attitudes. And I think, you know, you can see it here in this summer program. You have to look at the reality. Either the student was able to make it in terms of the scores, and the board had made a policy that they were committed to, the staff committed, the parents were apprised of this, as I said from the beginning, but the reality of something brand new doesn't come about until the end, when it really happens. So when this was publicized that 1,127 students would be retained, of course it was an experience.
If I had ever been left back, it would have been a devastating experience. But here in Hemstead, I think you have to give a lot of credit to the kids and the teachers. They realize they have a job to do. And a lot of people outside this area are going to be watching them to see whether or not this program is going to work and whether a summer indoors was worth it. If you have to stay in the city this summer, why not try one of our greatest pleasures, Central Park? And once you're in the park, look for the signs that point to the Carousel House that's situated between 59th and 65th Streets. It's a carousel unlike any other. A joy for the eyes, a ride into the past. It will make you feel like a kid again. It was 1871 that the first Central Park Carousel was installed. It lasted until 1925. A fire destroyed the wooden building that housed it. The carousel that you can take a ride on now was carved by two friends, Solomon Stein and Harry Goldstein, in their Brooklyn shop 70 years ago. By the way, the building it's in now is fireproof. There are 58 horses and 2 Roman chariots. The outside row of horses is among the largest ever carved, and it takes 4 men to lift one. It revolves at a speed of 12 miles an hour, but it seemed a lot faster to me. It's a lovely piece of nostalgia that's enjoyed by young and old. But why do people come here? Here's some of the answers I got on a nice summer day.
Are you waiting to go on?
Yeah.
Why do you want to go on?
I don't know.
Do you like horses?
Yeah.
But these kind of horses, right?
No. Regular horses and these kind of horses. I like this ride.
Why do you like this ride?
Because it's kind of fun.
What kind of fun?
The
Yeah, I really have.
Lots of fun, right?
Yeah.
How often do you come here?
I come here like almost every time, you know. We like here to come almost every weekend.
What kind of horsey do you like?
Go up and down.
The ones that go up and down? You don't get scared?
No.
For an admission price of 28 cents and 2 pennies tax, it's a bargain. The man who runs the place is Richard Giberson. Do they make these kind of carousels anymore anywhere?
No.
No? It's the last of a dying breed?
Yeah, you can't even put a price on these.
How many people do you think on average would come on a nice summer day to ride?
Summertime is our slowest time. Everybody goes to the beach.
The carousel is open all year round, as long as the temperature stays above 31 degrees. It may seem kind of silly to ride a carousel in the dead of winter, but if the horses don't mind the wind and the snow, why should you? Anyway, happy 70th birthday to the Central Park Carousel. That's how some people are spending their summer. It's been fun hosting this week's program. Next week on You, stage and screen star Lawrence Luckinbill shows you some heroes from our history who may lose their home. And some heroes from the present who are building a new home for plays on 42nd Street. And on Fighting Back, Marie Torre wonders why air suddenly cost you money. Now that's next Saturday at 7 o'clock. I'm Lynn Deerfield, and thank you for watching You.